Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you're well. My name is Average J, and this is my review for Cubed Rally Redline, which is free to play for Android and iOS, and is basically a lane-changing racing game. I say racing, you never race against anyone, it's always against the clock, as is often the way with these games. But if I show you, say, what you start with, go, little blue car. So, I mean, it seems, you know, straight away I was just like, oh, I really like this. I like the visuals. I mean, they're simplistic, but they're great. They just suit, and you just touch either side of the screen to move. And it's bizarrely a pickup. You pick up that D for drifting, and it drifts until you change lane or you get on a straight. You pick up coins, but they're very few and far between. For a currency, it's kind of what you expect for a phone game. And then you pick up fuel to keep your fuel meter up, because this is the endless mode, so it will keep going until you crash, which won't really be too long. It might be in this car, because this car's slow. But you dodge obstacles, basically, and keep going for as long as you can, but things get a bit... It's not necessarily the speed, it's the obstacles you deal with, and the fact that the camera's so far offset that it's often difficult to tell what lane you're trying to, avoid, especially when you get so many different things that you're trying to avoid at once on the screen. It can get a bit... It grated on me quite quickly. I mean, in the beginning, just because it takes so long for anything to start happening. There was a lot of confusion. Some of the missions ask you to spin, and there's a lot of confusion about that online as to, well, how the hell do you spin? I don't understand. Because it's not something you actually control, per se. It's, you go through hedges, and it makes you spin. Ask me why, I don't know. It's kind of stupid. But you have to finish a race, for some reason, to get this up. And then, you see in the middle where it says your mission... Well, you can scroll back to missions that you've completed. They're very much highlighted. The missions double as achievements. So I was like, well, that's awesome. That keeps things simple and easy. And I'm a fan of that. And there's quite a lot. So, a lot of achievements on a quirky little game like this. I'm in paradise. It didn't take long before I changed my mind on that. Basically, they just repeat themselves over and over again. There's no real variety at all. I mean, when it says forest times 2, I assume that means that you have to get through the sections where there's trees twice. Okay, so that's just the same as distance then, really, isn't it? Really, because they don't start appearing until a certain point anyway. Drive a certain distance, drift a certain amount, so it's just luck where you're going to get the drift pickups by corners, because sometimes you get them near a straight and it's completely pointless. Bank 15. What it means by bank is that when you go through, it goes through in checkpoints. So each checkpoint you will bank whatever coins you've collected. So if you die before you hit a checkpoint, you've lost what coins you had. So bank 15, and then again it goes distance and then drift. And then you've got to pop over so many ponds. Sometimes they've got a barrier up, and sometimes there's a jump before it that you can get over it. And you've got to do that so many times. And then it just goes around to drive again. It's just, the whole thing is just... I find it really monotonous, because it quickly just got old. You can only select one at a time. It's not like you can go back in, go in and do a few at once. You can't. So you're just repeating the same thing over and over again. And I do mean exactly the same thing. So it got old quick for me. And to add insult to injury with this, it will try and get you to, it wants you to spend money to get the coins in order to unlock the other vehicles. Don't do it. And I say that because that blue car will be the same as that blue car and that blue car. It will be the same things. The speed and everything is all about the colour. Blue's the slowest, red's in the middle, and black's fast. That's it. It doesn't tell you that, but that's it. So all you need to do is get the black car, and you've got the best vehicle you can get. Any black car, and that's it. You're away. As you can see, there's 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. That's it. There's some novelty vehicles in there, ridiculously overpriced. They're the things they want you to spend money on. I say novelty vehicles. The irritating-ass cows that you get. They're irritating because they go under the track as well. They sort of go round it, so they go like across, down, and like this sometimes. And when you get quite far, they start coming up really fast, and you just don't have the time to avoid them. It's really stupid. There is a slowdown. It's got like a slow motion thing that you can, like a power up that you can use, which helps a bit here and there when you get to the really crazy bits. This I've never quite. I don't quite understand the point of. It's time trials, but I mean, you know, I ain't that bright. Is there any point in time trials in a game that you don't control your acceleration or speed? You just get the black car and go through them, right? I might be missing something. If you've played the game and it turns out I am, let me know. Uh, so yeah, I don't. It seemed like a bit of a waste, really, as well, because there's only 20. But I don't know. There's no achievements for any of this. It's all about the quests in the main game, or the endless game, which is the really monotonous and tedious bit. It's more and more crazy as you go on. But then the problem is you're always starting from the beginning. It always looks the same, and it makes it slightly less tedious when you've got a black car, so you're racing through it really fast. But they quickly, it's like, that they design it in such a way that it's so difficult to get really far, because it does just start to get absolutely crazy. And having a pickup do your drift as well, it means that there's nothing more that you do. You just, look, mum, no hands. I'm just racing through the game. Wow. I like lane changing games, and I love the graphics, so I thought that this was a win-win. But for me, definitely not. It is not a win-win. The only people I can really see it appealing to, even remotely long-term, is high score junkies. Those people that want to, beat their friends on the leaderboards. Other than that, I really don't see any. There's no pulling factor in it. It's too hollow for me. There's nothing. It's a very empty game. It's free to play, so if it looks like it could be your cup of tea, even for a few minutes, then have a crack at it. It plays well enough. It's just kind of bland, repetitive, and meaningless. I mean, they do a gold car for an obscene amount of coins, but why? Why would you want that? I don't understand. It would be the same as the black car. It's not that they've stuck an extra star on it to say it's a super vehicle or something. Very odd. Not entirely sure about that. And to save up 1,000, which would take a hell of a long time as well, for a cow, the novelty's there, yeah, sure. But it's still only 1-star vehicle, so it's not going to do much. So yeah, I give it 4 out of 10 because I find it to be a little bit lackluster, which is a real shame because I had such high hopes for this game. But it will still appeal to some of you out there. So you've seen what it looks like. You probably saw what it looked like years ago. I'm a bit late to the party. Sorry about that. But I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching.